There's one thing you want to know about Dyker Heights is that we take Christmas very seriously. There's nothing fun or joyous about the birth of Christ, okay?
I mean, we have the world famous Dyker Heights Christmas lights event every year. I mean, people are balling out for this thing, you know, spending $30,000, guilty as charged. But it's worth it, you know. I mean, you can see the lights from space. My wife told me you can, my ex-wife told me you could see the lights from space.
But all their hard work paid off. After years of having the best Christmas lights in all of Dyker Heights, the Murrays got called home. And they did good by God with their ornaments and their idolatry, and He rewarded them with eternal salvation.
I'm sorry, called home?
Yeah, they're all dead. Isn't that why we're doing this?
Some people think that Jim and Susan Murray took the kids down to North Carolina because that's what the forwarding address says. But here's the thing. I know for a fact that they did not go there because I was having an affair with Jim Murray. That's right. He hated the sticks, and he wanted to open a store with me here. Susan didn't know about that.
I mean, now that the Murrays have been lifted to that big heaven in the sky, the stakes have literally never been higher. People are getting laser shows and monster trucks and burlesque dancers. Last year, it's gonna look like frickin' Hanukkah compared to this year.
So I hear the Bianchis are trying to hire Diplo to DJ their light show. And rumor has it the Ricci family is going to be hosting some sort of HBO boxing match, which is totally fine. But me, I'm going to be throwing a hologram of the Beatles on my roof, okay? The Fab Four reunited for the first time, maybe ever, and they're going to be performing all of their great hits for a cruel and finicky God. Imagine that there's a heaven, and that's right, John Lennon, you're going to be there.
God helps those who helps themselves. So when the Murrays started redoing the second bathroom, the kitchen, all their cabinets, I was like, who is Susan trying to impress? Certainly not her husband. It must have been God. And you know what? God loves linoleum. She must have been Italian.
So I remember the Murrays' Christmas display last year, and they had this giant inflatable dog in the center of their manger, and you know, it would make music and bark jingle bells. And you know, I haven't read the Bible recently, but so I'm not up on my history, but maybe they knew something that we didn't know. You know, 3 wise men and a singing dog. It really fills in some of those plot holes.
So I've been doing my research, and St. Bernard can get to about 3 feet tall, but that Murray dog had to be about 6'5". So I've been calling around to veterinarians and experts, and I haven't had any luck, but I did get a beat on a gene splicer guy out of China. He says he can get me an Afghan hound for about 7 feet tall. It can't bark jingle bells or anything, but it's still pretty good. The only problem is I found him on the dark web, and some of that stuff you just, some of that stuff you see, you can't unsee.
So do you miss Jim?
Yeah, of course I miss Jim. I just wish if he was going to heaven, he would have brought me too. We had everything planned. We had a fake IDs, a Winnebago, the insurance fraud. You know, but if he wants to be with Susan, he can be with Susan. She dyes her hair. It's disgusting.
So I'm probably breaking all sorts of zoning laws on this, but it's better to ask for forgiveness than to pray for permission. That's God's whole thing. Anyways, so I'm gonna get this helicopter, right? It's gonna land on my turret, and it's gonna have all the reindeers attached and the jingle bells and whatnot. Kids are going to freak, okay? And right when you think that Santa Claus is gonna come out of the helicopter, boom, Aerosmith.
I don't know for sure if the Murrays got beamed up to heaven. Maybe they just got tired. You know, they got tired of all the lights and all the vendors and all the people crawling all over their property trying to get that perfect Instagram. All I know for sure, with all the time I've spent on the dark web, if there is a God, I hope he takes me next.